Multi-million-dollar Premier League players being outplayed by 10-year-olds. Even Everton stars sometimes struggle when blindfolded.
Hey, where did you roll the ball to?
They were visiting a school that supports children with disabilities as part of a first-ever pre-season tour to Tanzania.
This is a small thing that we do, and hopefully it's good for the children, and it raises some awareness, brings it to the attention of people who maybe wouldn't always be aware of situations like this, but the real work's done by the people who are here on a daily basis, the people at UK Aid and the people locally who are working every single day doing the hard work.
Disabled people here can be stigmatised or cast out, accused of being cursed, so it was a chance to help these children feel like everyone else.
Today's game was so nice. I am so happy. I'd never met the Everton players, I'd only heard them on TV. But I believe if all children get a chance to study, we can all succeed.
Everton says it is a club with a big social heart, and pictures like these will help to fight the stigma of disability in Tanzania. But this is also about bringing the allure of the Premier League closer to East African fans, who are fast becoming one of the world's most exciting markets. Millions of people here follow English football, increasing betting and TV revenues. It is such big business that Kenyan company SportPesa can help bring Everton here and also sponsor the top teams in the East African game.
It does surprise you how much they know about each player, each league, each team, but I suppose it's just part and parcel of what the Premier League's all about at the minute.
So away from sponsorship and cups, football can be a vehicle of change. And by putting on blindfolds, they hope to open people's eyes.
Sounds like a lovely trip. So to get more on this special visit to East Africa, we can cross over to Dan Ashby live for us in Tanzania. Now, Dan, first of all, thanks, of course, for joining us. Now, we see why teams like Chelsea, Liverpool, they go to Asia, but then you've got the Manchesters going over to the States to cash in on those markets. But what about Everton? Why Africa and more specifically Tanzania?
Well, the short answer is SportPesa. They are the multi-million-dollar sponsors of Everton. They help bring them here to Tanzania. They know that this trip is going to get on all the front pages here in Tanzania, get people thinking about the Premier League, thinking about Everton and thinking about their brand, just at a time when they are opening up shop in Tanzania in online betting. So this was very much a commercial move from them, and they helped make it happen.
And as we saw from your report there, one of the other main reasons for this trip is to, of course, help those kids in need. Do you think that this trip is actually going to have an impact in a positive way for them? Is it going to help these kids at all?
Yes, it will have some impact. It is worth saying there are some deep-seated problems here in Tanzania. Although Tanzania generally is a tolerant society, there are some people who believe that disabled children are cursed and they have been cast out from their families, even stigmatized. There is a much wider problem when it comes to people with albinism. They have even been had their limbs hacked off while they've been sleeping in their bedrooms. So the government here and NGOs have been working on that for years. But at least Everton's intervention will show that there is nothing wrong with being disabled, of course, and will send powerful images from a group of footballers who are still very influential here.
And what about the sport itself? Do you think that Everton's visit will help to boost football at all as well in the country?
Well, again, there are deep-seated issues there as well. I mean, Everton have come here. They have offered some coaching to the talented youth players of Tanzania. Their backroom staff have been liaising with the clubs here, trying to help them improve their marketing and administration. But this comes at a time when the government has intervened to stop the elections of the National Sport Council. There have been concerns about their performance. The president of the Tanzanian Football Federation has been charged in a criminal case with money laundering. So Tanzanian football and the sport is in somewhat of a crisis. And I think until those overall issues are solved, the game here will struggle to move forward.
Okay, well, problems and issues aside, football is a very popular sport across Africa, across the continent as a whole. So are you at all surprised that more Premier League sides haven't actually gone to make their pre-season tours to countries over there in Africa at all?
Yes, we are surprised living and working here. Tanzania, of course, is a country of more than 50 million people. It has to be said they have somewhat of an obsession when it comes with English football. If you go down any street here during the season, you will find people crowded around the TV watching the English game. That being said, people have started to take an interest. Just 2 years ago, Sunderland came here and, along with other partners, invested in what is the first Premier League football academy. They say that there are future Premier League stars who will come from Tanzania.
Great. Well, Dan, thank you very much for joining us.